Hello, and welcome to the podcast that knows, despite the push notifications we get all day telling us that the world is burning down around us, there is still good being created in the world, and we want to highlight it. Whether it's nonprofit leaders solving the world's biggest problems or a small business owner trying to make the world better with a great product or service, we want to highlight the ideas and strategies behind the good that's being made. So without further ado, you're listening to Creating Good, a podcast by Rogue Creatives hosted by me, Matt Barnes. Let's go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Creating Good with Matt Barnes. It's nice to say that, right?
That sounds so awesome.
I'm Matt Barnes.
And I'm Tiffany Pope.
And this is a special episode because we've been waiting to unveil some of this. We've been working on some stuff for a really long time, and we're really excited that it's finally here. But don't worry if you think like, wait, these people sound familiar, but that name is not quite right.
Yeah, very different.
We are the podcast formerly known as Nonprofit Connect with Matt Barnes.
Yeah, but this one just sounds cooler. Creating Good.
Creating Good.
Creating Good.
There's a whole thing behind that.
Yeah.
But before we jump into that, I need to make fun of Tiff just a little bit.
Okay, great.
Because that's part of this show. They're like, some things should change over time, and other things should basically be what they are.
Yeah. I thought I was going to go today without getting made fun of, but no, here I am. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock, and here we go.
We've been recording for 1 minute,
here we go.
We're ready to go.
We're jumping right into it.
This morning, we were working on some branding things around here for me, because, you know, I'm online. If you're looking for me online, I'm Matt from Rogue everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted to like style that so that we could put it in my emails and whatnot. So the styling of it is like my handwriting, Matt from, and then the Rogue from our Rogue logo. But with the @ sign in front of it, like a handwritten @ sign, and then Matt from, and then Rogue. And I'm like, oh, come over here and tell me what you think of this. And so Tiff and Belinda, our special projects director, came over and looked at, and they're like, oh, that's really, really cool. We like it. We tried a couple different things, and we finally found this thing we liked. And then Tiff says, oh, and then you can also add your Instagram handle if you wanted.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what? My Instagram handle is @Matt. That's the whole point of this. What?
Look, okay. It's early in the morning.
It's not.
I've had a lot. I've been up.
You're a college student,
exactly. Been up since the crack of dawn. You know, and just.
It was like 10 a.m. when this happened. And for a college student, I will admit that is early. And she did start school again this week.
Yes, I did.
And so her brain
crazy. It's fried. It's fried. Yeah.
Okay. And sports and all of the things.
All of the things. It's wild.
So anyway, Tiff is not dumb. I just want to clarify that.
Thank you.
She's a smart person, but much like my wife, who is also very intelligent, very smart.
Yes, she is.
Sometimes things come out before the thought has been processed.
Yeah.
And those are very entertaining. And we actually keep a running shared note in our family of things my wife, Stacy, has said.
Yeah.
And we should be adding Tiff to that because Taylor's in there. Yeah. Our friend Taylor. And then all of our kids are in there as well now. It started as Stacy, and then it was Stacy and Taylor, and now it's everything. So
you're just surrounded by people who just say funny things. Like you're just surrounded by great people.
But my kids, it's like they say things that are funny for kids to say.
Yeah.
Right. Well, for you guys, it's adults shouldn't be saying these things. Anyway, maybe I'll throw in some quotes every once in a while on here, just so people know what we're dealing with.
Yeah, have a good laugh.
What I'm dealing with.
Yeah, okay.
And they can pray for me.
I have to deal with you, so that's already something great. No,
okay.
No.
So welcome to Creating Good. It will be better than that.
Yeah, definitely.
Tiff and I have, because she's been with school and everything, like we haven't gotten to banter like this in a while.
Yeah, no, we really haven't.
For lost time. But
we are.
So here's the thing. I'm going to kind of walk through the changes that are happening around here and what the future of this podcast and beyond holds.
Wow.
Because it's mega.
Okay.
It's huge.
Okay, that just like reminded me of Buzz. What does he say?
To infinity
and beyond.
To infinity and beyond.
That sound, I don't know, that just reminded me of Buzz.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I don't think I'd do a good Buzz Lightyear.
No, that wasn't too bad.
Wasn't that? It was okay. It was okay.
He did do
to
a
infinity and beyond.
Okay, the and beyond was
not good.
But the beginning was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do it as Mickey Mouse. It would sound dead on. But.
Yeah. Try it.
To infinity and beyond.
That was
right. And just for the record, that was Ricky the rodent, not Mickey Mouse, because I don't want to get sued. Okay. So
just had to throw that out there.
We are not violating any IP laws on this podcast. So, okay, here's the thing. As some people know, my background, education and organizational leadership. And one of the things when you're dealing with organizations is change, right? Like when I did my degree in organizational leadership, most of the people who have done that and are doing consulting with organizations, they're called in to help manage change because people don't deal with change well.
Yeah.
Change is hard.
Change is hard. I know that from experience.
The best approach, it's because we look at change wrong.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, right?
Yeah.
Organizationally, we often define ourselves by the what or the how or whatever. And that becomes a recipe for disaster when it comes to change because eventually those things are going to be not relevant anymore. Things will change. Culture will change. Technology will change. Whatever it is. And you're going to have to change and it's going to be a little bit painful or you're just going to be irrelevant and go out of business like Blockbuster or something like that. Right?
Oh, I miss that place. Yes, I did go into Blockbuster.
I'm pretty sure it was dead by the time you were born.
Nope, I don't think so.
So really, when I'm working with newer organizations, the focus is on setting up your organization to be focused on the why.
Yeah.
Because the why that's the compelling reason. That's the thing behind it. So if you're focused on that, then the how and the what and all that stuff can change every day. I mean, you're looking for new ways, you're learning, you're growing, right? And so instead of change being something you manage when you have to, it just becomes a part of your DNA. You're always changing and it's not as painful. It's an easier process. It's actually exciting and fun because you're finding new ways to accomplish the thing you set out to do.
Yeah.
So I'm giving that as the background because that's how I look at everything. And as we were over this last few years developing some of the things that are going on here, this is where we find ourselves. Last year, we launched Nonprofit Connect. It started as an in-person event that we did monthly.
Yeah.
Well, first quarterly and then monthly.
Yeah.
And the reason for that was at Rogue Creatives, our creative agency, we work with primarily nonprofits. We've worked with many, many nonprofits. We love doing that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I realized one of the biggest problems with nonprofits is they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
Y'all don't learn from each other. You don't collaborate, all that stuff. And I would have nonprofit leaders saying, oh, we're dealing with this thing and nobody really gets it. And I'm like, no, every other client I have is telling me the same. You guys need to get together.
Yeah.
And we'd get people in the room and just little tidbits they'd share that were revolutionary for somebody else in the room that they didn't even think were a big deal. And then we started the podcast, same thing. Simultaneously, here at Rogue Collective, our space, where we have our podcast studio, and it's a co-working space and event space, we started trying to build a creative community because that's what we love.
Yes. Love the creativity.
Love the creativity.
Yeah.
And it's more fun to be around other creative people.
It's so much better.
And for me, creative people doesn't mean that just designers or video people. It's like anybody who thinks outside the box.
Yeah.
And I hate that phrase because it's so overused, but like just innovation. Like in any area, willing to try new things.
Yeah.
And having those people around just motivates and inspires and you get ideas and you can collaborate and it's great. So we started having gatherings here for creatives as well. But I also realized there's a lot of gatherings for creatives.
Yeah, especially in Orange County.
Yeah. And in fact, we host 2 of them here in our building. Connecting Things and Creative Mornings both meet here in our building.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're just kind of doing the same thing. It's a little different, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, like how can we be different? How can we stand out?
And not just for the sake of standing out. It really was going back to what's the why, right?
What's the why?
And it's these 2 things. Simultaneously, there's all these things happening at the same time. I've been running Rogue Creatives for 8.5 years now. Rogue Aviation is our helicopter flight school at John Wayne Airport in Orange County and at Long Beach Airport. And that's been going for 7 years. We've got Rogue Collective here. We've got all the different things. And I'm realizing the common thread with all of them is community and creativity to make the world better in some way.
Yeah. Community is just so needed. Like we need each other and we bounce ideas off of each other. And it's just, I learn a lot from you. I can't believe I'm saying that.
But that's where like great problem solving comes from, right?
Yeah.
It's people coming together and going like, okay, here's all the things I have, resources, experience, training, whatever it is. And then here's all the things you have that are different.
Yeah.
And when we put them together, we can do things that no one else can do because of that unique combination. And then the more people you bring in, it's just, you have this arsenal of experience and innovation and viewpoints and resources and all of that you can suddenly be really solving problems.
Yeah.
And I thought, let's take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on top of that, as though it weren't complicated enough, it sounds more complicated than this. But doing this podcast has been so eye-opening for me, getting these different viewpoints from all over the world of how people are dealing with and approaching different problems.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that keeps coming back up is, well, two of them. One is kind of the uncharitable, the movie or the documentary and book approach of the way we do nonprofits is wrong. Somebody on the podcast said it's the only industry that defines itself by what it's not. Nonprofits. We've told culture and people that nonprofits should run on a shoestring budget, but they're out there trying to solve the world's biggest problems. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's all these things that we've set it up. And again, kind of like with the creativity thing, I've realized I don't care about the line between nonprofit or for-profit. Money's not bad. Money's a thing we use. Really, it's about what are you doing? Like if you're a cook and you want to start a restaurant because you want to share your gift with people and give them really great food experiences and community, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
You can either give to the world or you can take from it. And there's really no in between. And I want to work with people who want to give to the world, who want to make it better, who want to add. I say all the time, I've got 5 kids, 6 and under, almost 7. I'm going by that, almost 7.
No.
Actually, by the time this comes out, they might be 7. But I'm constantly barraged all day with push notifications of how the world's falling apart.
Yeah.
Right? Like all day long. It's like,
I know. The news.
The world just burning down around you.
We're going down.
and so I'm like, gosh, I just want to add more to the world. I want it to be better for my kids.
Yeah.
Creating Good with Matt Barnes is brought to you by Rogue Creatives. I'm going to get straight to the point and tell you something that I know to be true about good design. If branding and design is good, it should feel like you met somebody when you encounter it. Like when you meet somebody, you don't know everything about the person, or in this case, the organization, but you get the vibe of who they are, right? Like you meet somebody and you just get that like, oh, I connect with you or I don't. And it's super important to have that because connecting with a character is how you bring people into your story. Think about your favorite stories. There's always a character you connect with there. And that's why Rogue Creatives has developed a 3-phase process that we use to develop your brand character, your personality, your voice, your values, and then make sure that it comes to life so that you're represented cohesively and accurately, no matter how people come into contact with you. Could be a business card or website or social media, video, print piece. It doesn't matter. They're connecting with that same brand character, that same personality, and being brought into your story. See, they connect with that and then they want to know more. They come to you asking questions. It's so great. And the best part is it frees you up to do just what you love to do while you can rest easy knowing that you're being represented out there so well and so accurately and so cohesively. And you have a team on your side making sure that it's happening consistently and cohesively all the time. So if you want that for you, and why wouldn't you, head over to roguecreatives.com/creatinggood to take our free online brand character quiz and schedule a free brand consultation. I don't know why I said free like that, but it was kind of fun. That's roguecreatives.com/creatinggood to begin defining your brand character today. We would really love to work with you. We've worked with a lot of amazing organizations, nonprofits and for-profits alike, and helped them increase their funding and their reach as they connect with more people and bring them into their stories. There's no commitment or risk for you at all, and so we just want to meet you. We're waiting. We're sitting here. We're just going like, we want to meet you. We want to hang out with you. We could be best friends. We need new friends. I mean, we have friends, but it'd be good to have more. More friends is always good. Anyway, especially good ones like you. You'd be a good friend. Remember, that's roguecreatives.com/creatinggood to get started today. Rogue Creatives. Seriously, creative storytelling. And now, back to the show. Show. So we have decided to take Nonprofit Connect and our creative community efforts and merge them together.
So awesome.
We want to give creatives, and again, that's anyone who is willing to think creatively.
Even me.
Even you.
Even when I don't know Matt's Instagram handle.
Even though it is the logo itself. We want to give the chance to solve problems, to use what they have to solve problems. Nonprofits to be able to come and have problems be solved or get different perspectives. I just think there's so much untapped potential here in Orange County and across the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that is really the story behind where we're at today. And so we're relaunching the podcast as Creating Good.
Woo!
We're having our big Creating Good launch event here in Newport Beach in October.
So excited about that.
October 16th.
There you
October
go.
16th. If you are around, if you are local, please come to this.
Yes.
It's going to be so much
Stop
fun.
by.
It's going to be a party. It's a launch party.
Matt will be there, so you have to you have to come.
Matt from Rogue.
Matt from Rogue at Matt from Rogue. Check his Instagram. That's what his Instagram handle is. So
Tiff may or may not be there. Depends on if we can make her quote. You know, she's expensive. So
I am expensive.
But yeah, we're gonna have a big party to launch it all, and then we're gonna have monthly gatherings on the third Wednesday of every month to bring people together to solve problems and see and tell stories of the good that we're seeing in the world.
Yeah.
And we want to create a Creating Good movement.
Yeah.
And that's really right now where the podcast comes in, because we're going to start with these local events. We would love it to grow. But in the meantime, we're going to be continuing the podcast, doing more episodes focused on nonprofits, but not just nonprofits.
Yeah.
We want to bring in people who are really taking innovative measures for creating good in the world. Because I think all of us, whether we're nonprofit or for-profit, will be inspired by that.
Yes.
And can learn from that.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
And nonprofits, like one thing that we talk about a lot is we need to stop thinking of nonprofits as this separate thing that they operate differently. Yes, there's some things, but there's a lot of really good stuff nonprofits can learn from businesses.
Yes.
You know?
Totally agree.
And from other people just trying new things.
Yeah.
And how they go about doing that, how they approach funding those types of things, whether it's for-profit or nonprofit, all that stuff. To me, it's really good. I keep coming back to this phrase that I said a few weeks ago, and then it's like become the definition of this thing, which is nothing really matters unless it's creating good in the world. Like, what am I wasting my time on if somehow it's not making the world better instead of worse?
Yeah. I think it's also cool how for this event that people can come, get away from their jobs or from whatever they're doing and just come to a new place and get to collaborate with each other and spark new ideas.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. That literally just like lights a fire in my soul.
And you're so... It's going to be really... I mean, we want it to be really practical. We actually are going to utilize these gatherings to solve problems in real time.
Yeah.
And kind of be a living lab to try new things, to come up with things, and in a way where nobody owns these ideas, but people can just run with them and find ways to work together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think connecting people with nonprofits is huge as well. Helping people see that nonprofits are a conduit for making the change that you want to see in the world. If you're passionate about something, there are people out there who are experts at that.
Yeah.
Who you can join in on that story. You can become part of that.
Yeah.
And that's not how we look at nonprofits so much of the time. So I want to help connect people with them more. But in general, just making the world a better place.
Yeah. Gosh, I love that. Just make the world a better place.
Just make
we all just do that. Why can't we all just do that?
That's what it comes down to. As far as the podcast goes, there will be some changes coming up. I don't know how soon some of these changes will take place.
Yeah.
Because we're still working out some of the details. Obviously, the name has changed.
Yeah.
We are Creating Good.
Creating Good.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
I'm still going to be hosting. Tiffany, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm a straggler.
When she shows up, you know, it's all right.
No, I have to make my appearance.
Oh,
I make this show.
That's so I've heard from you many times.
Yeah, I'm the only one saying that.
Yeah. Yes, that is accurate. But we've been doing every other week, and we're looking to go to every week.
Yeah.
Right now, I shouldn't even say this. This is kind of terrible. If somebody records an episode with us right now, it's hard because I'm telling them, that'll come out next August. Like, we are so far ahead.
Yeah, we're so ahead.
On recording. Okay, so this is a quick shout out. They did not ask me to do this, but we work with an amazing podcast production company called Fame.
Love Fame.
They're amazing.
They deserve all the fame.
They do. It's so great. They do all the booking and then they do all the editing. I get to just show up and do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I love this part.
That's what you like to do.
And I don't want to have to worry about the rest of it. So I just go yes to that, you know, whatever. But other than that, I get to do the fun stuff. And they have done such an amazing job with bookings and getting us amazing guests, which you guys have heard, and more to come, that we are so far ahead. And so we're looking at going to a weekly podcast so that we can catch up a little bit more quickly.
Yeah.
We do shuffle the order based on topics and things like that. So it's not necessarily in the order that we record them. But we're hoping to up the content. And then we want to do a once a month episode that's just me and Tiff. And telling stories of good and talking about the things that we've been learning and experiencing, because I work with nonprofits a lot and there's just so much to some of the things we talk about at our local events and things like that. I don't get to talk about all the time on here because I'm getting to know these amazing guests that are coming in, and I'm so fascinated with them. I just want to get to know them. And, you know, I love talking to people, obviously.
Yes, you do. You're a yapper, as I've said before.
She keeps calling me a yapper. I feel like it sounds like an old person calling somebody a whippersnapper.
What is a whippersnapper?
I don't know. You young whippersnappers, right? Like, it just sounds like something a 70-year-old would say. So every time you call me a yapper, I'm like, okay, Myrtle, calm down. Anyway, but yeah, and we want to tell stories of good. We also want that sort of extra episode every month to be a community episode. So if you want to write in and ask questions or suggest topics or share stories of good that you've seen or whatever it might be, do that. And we'll provide the way to do that coming soon.
Yes. Coming soon.
I'm sure it'll be just an email address or something. Something super innovative like email.
My God.
You don't remember, but there was a time where email was like
didn't
amazing.
Exist. Oh.
It was like, what?
Well, I mean, it still is pretty good.
I can write somebody something and they have it instantly. I mean, texting now.
I was going to say, you're talking about messaging?
But before, when email came out, there was no texting.
Yeah, that's true.
There was no texting.
Wow, what times you lived in. I can't imagine. I know. I can't imagine.
I'm from the 1900s.
My jaw just dropped. Isn't that crazy? And I'm from the 2000s.
Yes, I know. That is crazy. Okay. So we want to spread the goodness. Obviously, we have recorded a lot of things that are coming up. If you hear in interviews me refer to Nonprofit Connect, that's because we probably recorded it before. I tried. Yeah. I knew this was coming. And so for most of the last few months, I've tried not to, in the actual interviews with people, mention the name of the podcast.
Trying to avoid it at all costs.
Because I knew it was going to be changing. But yeah, so if you hear that, that's why. But other than that, we will still be the same.
The why never changes.
The why never changes.
The why never changes. The what, the how, the where changes, but the why never changes.
That's right. That's right. So still lots of nonprofits to come, but we're going to be mixing that up as well. And then as far as creating good, we have these things that we're launching with. We did a magazine last year called Creating Good. That's where we came up with the name. Actually, we had that and we're like, why don't we just call everything that? We did that magazine. So we've got another issue of that magazine coming out in the new year, or right after Christmas, I think, in January. And then haven't fleshed out all the plans for yet, but we have started the Creating Good Foundation.
So awesome.
So wow, that's going to be an opportunity to really fund, I think, some of the ideas and potential to create more good in the world.
Wow.
And partner with people in some different ways. So we're really excited about all that.
All this great stuff that's coming. Just so awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone better buckle up.
So
buckle up, Buttercup.
I said that to McCoy the other day and he was like, what? Like, buckle up, Buttercup. What is that from?
I don't know.
I don't know. Just comes out.
Yeah, it just comes out. I don't
know. If you know, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
You can message me at Matt from Road. Pretty much on every platform. Okay. So that's about it. We wanted to give you that update. We're super excited. This is going to be really huge. And we want you to be a part of this community.
Yes, definitely.
We want you to be a part of the movement of creating good, because I know it's going to be really big.
Yeah.
And we're going to create good.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be fantastic. And we're all creative in our own way. Like, I'm creative in my own way and Matt's creative in his own way.
Yeah.
We're all creative.
We haven't figured out what Tiffany's way actually is yet, but that might be part of the exploration on this podcast. Or we could start a side podcast that's like, find Tiffany's creativity. And we'll just every week explore the different parts of your life to see if we can find some. No.
Well, you know what? Once I attend these events, then I'll find out what I'm good at. And
we'll provide updates.
Exactly. And we'll just update you on our monthly episode that we talk, whatever.
Talking's hard.
Talking is hard, actually. It's very hard.
Well, I do want to thank everybody at Fame because they have been awesome and flexible with us as we've changed things. I don't think that they're used to working with people who do change the way we do.
Yeah.
But they've been so awesome. And then the Rogue Creatives team and Rogue Collective teams who have just really worked hard to make these things come to life. And we're really excited for where this is going. So stay tuned for new episodes of Creating Good with Matt Barnes very, very, very soon. I think this one's coming out, and then I think there might be another one coming out this week or next week or something like that.
So exciting.
This is kind of a bonus episode.
Yeah.
That's how we're looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? Anything I forgot? Anything I didn't say?
I don't know. Let's give our listeners a fun fact about you.
A fun fact about me
Mm-hmm.
for the road?
Yep, for the road.
All right.
Leave them on a cliffhanger,
you give them a fun fact. What is a fun fact about me?
Oh, a fun fact about you.
Yeah.
Okay, where was the best country you've ever visited and why?
My favorite country?
Yeah, favorite country you've ever visited.
That's hard. Maybe Italy.
Italy.
I loved Venice.
Okay.
We went there on our honeymoon. It was amazing.
Wow.
That was great. Ireland was great. I love London. I don't know. It's so hard.
So hard, huh?
Because every place on the planet is so different, and there's just such unique things about them that draw you in there.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I think lately I've been really wanting to go back to Italy.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I have to travel.
You did Ireland this summer.
I did do Ireland. Yes, I did. And that sparked my interest in traveling more. So
keep that passport current.
Yep.
All right.
We'll do.
Well,
stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I said it right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Talking is hard.
What is happening?
Talking is very hard.
All right. Do stay tuned. We've got more episodes coming of Creating Good with Matt Barnes. Let's go change the world, everybody.
Yeah, let's do it.
See ya.
See ya.
Creating Good with Matt Barnes is recorded at Rogue Collective in beautiful Newport Beach, California. It's hosted and executive produced by me, Matt Barnes, with an assist by my chaos coordinator, Tiffany Pope. Production is by our amazing friends over at Fame, the B2B podcast agency, along with Belinda Carter-Thompson and the team here at Rogue Creatives. Production lead is Mike Love at Fame. Writing is by Will Ainsley at Fame and Matt Barnes and Taylor Bolanos of Rogue Creatives. Miguel Mendoza of Fame is our audio editor, and Arslan Yakub from Fame is our video editor. Creative direction and design is overseen by Corey Hill of Rogue Creatives. Our artwork is designed by the Rogue Creatives team and Rufino Mejia of Fame. Theme music is composed and performed by Jared Atherton of Chapters. Mark Esponta and Mike Love of Fame do our booking and guest relations. Huge thanks to our amazing guests for joining us for this episode, and thank you to all of you incredible listeners for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, and if you're still listening at this point, I'm assuming you did, don't forget to help us spread some good by giving us a good or great review. Preferably the, 5 stars kind with really nice words, telling us how much you loved it, telling everybody else how much you loved it. Also, tell your friends and subscribe so we can come straight into your potholes each and every time we have a new episode. For more information about Creating Good or to join us at a live event in Orange County, California, visit our website at creatinggood.co. We'll catch you next time. This has been a Rogue Creatives production.